We have some news right now. Cardi B is going after the Department of Homeland Security, blasting DHS and ICE publicly after the Department of Homeland Security tried to attack her after comments she made about ICE at a recent concert.
Where are my Latinos in the motherfucking building? If ICE come in here, we're going to...
A famous rapper had a crazy viral outburst at a show and said some not very nice things about ICE, and now MAGA are crying online about it. I'm going to show you a clip of what she said, and then we'll break down the hilarious MAGA meltdown about it online. It's news that makes you feel good inside. It's Raw America. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you like the video. It helps our content be seen by more cool people like yourself. Wink. Cardi B is a superstar rapper known for her energy, her fun, raunchy lyrics, and now for making grown men in red hats go wah online. Cardi B has been a vocal supporter of the Democrats and has very publicly spoken out against Trump since all the way back in 2018. She is also Afro-Caribbean with 2 immigrant parents and appears to exist with at least a modicum of basic empathy, so it's perhaps not shocking that she would speak out against ICE. Not shocking to anyone in the real world. Meanwhile, in MAGA land, they're throwing their made in China and tariffed in America toys out of the pram because someone is daring to use their free speech, whilst also daring to be a woman and a person of color. The very nerve. Seriously, check out what she said about ICE at her show. She said this shit with her full upper abdominal area.
Where are my Latinos in the motherfucking building? Bitch, if ICE come in here, we're going to jump their asses. Bitch, I got some bear mace in the back. They ain't taking my fans, bitch. Let's go.
For those who didn't quite clock it, she gave that cute little speech before going into her rendition of I Like It, her song with Bad Bunny, and Colombian singer J Balvin. I think the message there is pretty clear. Even clearer was the river of tears flowing from MAGA faces after videos of her speech went viral. Trump advisor Alex Brusewitz called the rapper a disgusting person for her comments. Imagine being called a disgusting person by somebody who associates with Trump, the OG origin of disgusting people, a volcanic fountain of hideousness and foulness and stench. If you didn't know, Alex Brusewitz was also in the news recently for spending the day after his wedding, you know, what normal humans call the honeymoon, raging on Twitter about the Grammy Awards and the people who spoke out against ICE at them. Here's his lovely crying tweet. Well, I am Cardi B is now trying to incite violence against our ICE officers. Cardi B is very close to Jay-Z and Rock Nation and was a key surrogate for Kamala Harris and the Democrats in 2024. What an absolutely disgusting person. Jesus, spare me. Of course, he wasn't the only big, tough, manly First Amendment protector in the comments. Check this out. She should be arrested for inciting violence against law enforcement. I believe that's a law, I guess, in MAGA land. This person had the audacity to write, "Don't be the left's bitch, show some character, Cardi," whilst putting Kofefi, putting a dementia-riddled idiot's gibberish in her title. What would you know about being someone's bitch and following blindly? Bah. She needs to be arrested. Nobody's above the law. Which law, again, are we talking about here? Which law says you can't say sarcastically, satirically, if a fascist police force invades my show, I'll grab the bear mace? Which specific statute does it violate? Perhaps cite it. This person says what everyone with a brain is thinking. Again, you know, it's very childish, but also, like, we're at the point now where you have to meet these people at their level. They literally have the emotional intelligence of toddlers, so this tweet is appropriate. Do you advise Trump, or do you just cry on social media? What exactly is your job description? Because it doesn't look like you have one. Crybaby. There is still more tears to cry in the coming days. And our channel will continue to exist because of it. These people aren't even trying to hide how insane and fascist they are anymore. Like, look at this lady. Fuck Rock Nation with their witchcraft and decadence. Jay-Z needs to be in a jail cell. For what? Witchcraft and decadence. We've gone back to the early 90s panic where Harry Potter was corrupting lives. Except now it's great because, you know, he's anti-trans apparently. Jesus. This tweet down here, it might be, you know, top 4 Hall of Fame of all time cringe tweets. I'm sure she means well. She's, you know, back in the day, she might have had a few brain cells to know what was going on. I don't know much about Nicki Minaj and I Am Cardi B issues yet, but I do know that this grandma Bobs really likes Nicki Minaj, and I believe I made the right decision. Oh, if you try to explain to aliens or time-traveling Victorians or someone how stupid the timeline is we live in, you'd have to start this tweet, have to be like, okay, well, where we're at as a nation, as a people, is we have a grandma who typically, presumably like a few weeks ago would have been like, I think rap is just noise, suddenly being like, I'm a barb. It's like, oh, God, just because the culture war she doesn't fully understand told her to. God, it's nuclear level cringe. Proof that Satan's real? Yeah. A rapper saying fuck ICE is proof Satan is real. That's the real proof. Not people being shot in the street, not people being seized, kids being torn from parents, people starving and dying in horrendous conditions we don't even fully know about. No, somebody saying fuck that stuff is proof the devil is real. Proof hell is real. Yeah, intellectual. So yeah, that's what Cardi B is up to, and you know, and as that lovely old lady hinted at, this is where Nicki Minaj now stands on things. This is real, by the way. She tweeted, "Dear Barbs," that's the name of her fans. If you didn't know, call your senators, then tweet #SaveAct to let me know you did it. Here's a little video as a bribe. Imagine if a Democrat posted his video as a bribe, even though, again, it's fine because it's just word, like, they're so simple, they'd be like, that, she said the word bribe, my God! Like, it's just like, the hypocrisy of these people is crazy. She's saying, if you vote for the Save Act, which if you don't know is an attempt to disenfranchise many poor and minority voters by making it very, 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 very hard to prove your identity to vote, completely unnecessarily, because, you know, there's so much stats and evidence showing that voter fraud is a non-issue, like literally just a non-issue, statistically insignificant, but they're focusing on this because they can actually disenfranchise voters. You know, they're trying as hard as they can to not lose, and they're still having to cheat hard. So she posted this actual tweet saying, please, fans, if you help me disenfranchise American voters, I'll release a single for you. Again, we live in hell. God, that was trashy. No wonder Trump loves it. Like, it's like Trump in a fucking coat. I remember when rap beefs were over gang affiliation or diss tracks, not over whether or not you supported fascism. What a dreadful time to be alive, Jesus. Ironically, Nicki Minaj used to speak out against the police in the USA until suddenly it became personally advantageous for her to do the opposite of that. How crazy. Of course, you can tell this is a while ago, back when sanity was still legal. You know, a nice little barrier here, seeing this article. This article's more than 10 years old. It should have another note below it saying that's why it sort of makes sense and hints at a nicer planet. Nicki Minaj, US prison system is like slavery. Imagine her saying that these days. Imagine her saying any of this. The rapper made forthright comments about mass incarceration, the death of Texas woman Sandra Bland in police custody, and her unapologetic sexuality in a Billboard interview. Again, what a hard turn to the far right she's done. This is her talking about the police in the past. What it has become is not a war on drugs, it has become slavery. When I see how many people are in jail, I feel like, wait a minute, our government is aware of these statistics and thinks it's okay. The sentences are inhumane. But now she's got a gold card, so who cares? This is her talking about Barack Obama. Imagine this happening now. I was blown away watching the footage of him speaking to the prisoners. They never felt like anyone in the White House cared about them. I love that he made them people again. This is her talking about Black Lives Matter and the Sandra Bland case. She's saying, I did research on that case. That's why it hit me so hard. I remember speaking to other women at the time. This could have been me, which is obviously still true. Nothing has really fundamentally changed in this country, of course. I'm a sassy woman. I may have given a little bit of attitude to a police officer. I could have never come home. Again, this is still true. But now she has a Trump gold card. Imagine literally selling your soul for a tacky little gold piece of plastic with Trump's hideous fucking Jabba the Hutt face plastered on it. Imagine selling out for that. I'd rather sell out for like a piece of cheese, quite honestly. Actually, I would sell out for some cheese. Mail in. Anyway, this isn't the first time MAGA has cried over Cardi B, of course. More famously, Walking Punchline Ben Shapiro once made the whole internet engage in his humiliation kink when he took offense to her song WAP, or Wet Ass Pussy. Sounds so scientific when I say it. Yes, Wet Ass Pussy. Certified freak, indeed. And then decided to show all of us his wet ass tear ducts and dry ass wife. No, I'm not kidding. The internet had a field day with this one. This tweet shot straight to the top 10 Hall of Shame of all time of tweets. Look at this. This is Ben Shapiro. As I also discussed on the show, my only real concern is that the women involved, who apparently require a bucket and a mop, get the medical care they require. My doctor wife's differential diagnosis, bacterial vaginosis, yeast infection, or trichomonas. This is him talking about why a woman might have a wet pussy. Yes, again, this is real. I love the... Please, my doctor wife, she's very dry. Help her. Because he hadn't humiliated himself to ejaculation yet, Shapiro also decided to release a video showing us his righteous disgust at the atrocious lyrics of WAP, a song where a woman of color sings unabashedly about her sexuality, you know, enjoying sex and really just, you know, having sex. And this, of course, enraged power virgin Benny Boy, whose wife's vagina looks like one of those sandworms from June. The internet then collectively reached nirvana, and some of the most legendary memes of all time were forged in the fire of Mount Shapiro, including this one, which will live rent-free in my head forever. Kind of like how women daring to enjoy sex will live rent-free in Benny Boy's head forever. Roll the clip.
Here's some of the lyrics. You ready?
I'm Marquise.
Whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. I said certified freaks. 7 days
This
a
shouldn't
week.
go so hard.
Wet ass P word. Make that pull-out game weak. Yeah. Yeah, you effing with some wet ass P word. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet ass P word. Give me everything you've got for this wet ass P word. Beat it up and catch a charge. Extra large and extra hard. Put this P word right in your face. Wipe your nose like a credit card. Hop on top if I want to ride. I do a kegel. Well,
Alright, I mean, I could dance to that all day, but I guess that's not what I'm here for. There's an alternate universe where Ben Shapiro is just like a comedy rapper, and the world is lovely and people hold hands and sing Kumbaya. Ben Shapiro there, a man who's so afraid of vaginas he can't even say the word vagina. Remember, people, the only liquids approved by MAGA are the manly tears they cry over words. The fucking snowflake melts. I'm British Chris, and this is Raw America.